my name is Amani. This video is sponsored by Sawari Media, where we connect people on the inside with programs and opportunities to be civically engaged on the outside. My most recent project is a music album. Watching this video between the barbed wires on Amani's studio, which is my first YouTube channel. Usually my Between the Barbed Wire videos are on my second YouTube channel, which is focused more on my advocacy. Those videos talk a lot about prison mail, but today we're combining music with prisoner advocacy and giving you all a really special video about how you can distribute your music or poetry, spoken word, maybe even podcasts through Indulta. You all may or may not have heard of Indulta before. I'm going to share my screen with you and show you guys how you guys can take advantage of this. Indulta. So let me share my screen and show you guys what Indulta Media's website looks like. So this is indulta.com. And here is where you can sign up. Again, this is for independent artists, but if you've heard of them before, you've probably seen them being promoted by big artists like Niche. There are other artists, but it can be hard as a small-time independent artist to know where to go and who to trust, especially if you want to distribute in a way that isn't really popular to a lot of people. So if you go to indulta.com, you can see DJ Envy talking about Indulta. Let's listen to him.
What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
I go by the name of Cassidy the Hustler.
Now, all the independent artists out there, if you're looking for a way to get your music out there,
That's enough, man. To all you independent artists out there.
If you're an independent artist, get your music out there, especially in the jails and in the prisons.
go to indulta.com.
Get in contact with Indulta right now.
And get your music on Indulta, you know what I mean?
And that's INDULTA.com and sign up.
You could get your music on JPay.
It's going down, man.
But again, they promote Meek Mill a lot. And so if you've never heard of JPay, then go to my other channel because I talk about JPay and its problems a lot. But these are some other artists that you can look into. And what is JPay? Their FAQ, I could answer it. So just starting off with what is JPay? It is the online, it's pretty much the internet conduit for people who are barred behind the wall. And so through JPay, they can send messages like emails. They could send things like text. It's really the same thing, but if you have JPay on your phone, then you can text your loved one. If you've got it on the computer, then you can email them, and it's both through JPay. They also do music. So folks download music on JPay. They talk about Spotify versus JPay. We have Spotify on the outside, but we also have Pandora, we have YouTube, we have Tidal, we have all these different streaming platforms that we can choose from. But for folks on the inside, they only have one. So it might be JPay if you're in Michigan, for example, but in other states, like I think Massachusetts, they've got Securus. On the federal system, they've got Corey Links. So we're going to talk more about it as I show you guys how to upload your music. I uploaded my music through this, and the biggest thing that I was worried about is what company to go with, because I didn't know who to trust. You'll see other companies like Prison Kiosk, kiosk.net. Those are not the best way. I don't want to call them scams because I didn't use them, but there are other people who bought their guide and didn't get what they thought they were getting. And so I'm going to focus on Indulta here because I did the process from start to finish. I even had the privilege of talking to their founder because I was a little nervous about which way to go, and he assured me. So I'm going to share you guys. And so again, Indulta, you know, I'm gonna pick up some big pieces here. Indulta does help with promotion because they have their own magazine. I did not use their magazine promotions to promote or let people know about my album because I have my own prisoner newsletter. Does it have to be a new song? No. How do you get paid? When will you get paid? You can get paid via PayPal. You can get paid via ACH direct deposit. You can get paid with a paper check. You can get paid with a wire transfer. And then right here is the biggest question that I had when I was putting my album together. Does DistroKid, TuneCore, CD Baby distribute to JPay? No. I use CD Baby. I know people who use DistroKid and TuneCore. None of those have a system to which they distribute to people who are incarcerated. Only Indulta does. So you can use one of those platforms for your outside audience, but you're going to need a completely different platform for your inside audience, which is exactly what I did. And here, prisonkiosks.net, which I told you guys about, but I'm going to open this one up so that you guys can see exactly what they say. No, they just send you an outdated guide. They don't actually give you access. And so Indulta does. So I'm already signed into my account. So I want to show you guys what that looks like. So this is my album. It's called Finding Fuel. I'm the artist and my label is Sawari Media because that is what my subscribers and my readers will know when they see it. Sawari Media is what has been distributing a newsletter to people in prison since 2016. And my album actually came out on the 30th on the outside, but I actually put this together for folks on the inside on the 25th to try to align those a little bit closer. And JPay has accepted the music, and I'm excited to announce to you all, folks have already written me and let me know that they downloaded the content or that they found it in the kiosk and they're planning on downloading the content. So I'm really excited about that. Even though you might see artists that you're familiar with talking up Indulta, they're not telling you how to use it. They're not telling you what the platform looks like. They're not telling you about the process. And honestly, they might not know themselves. They might have someone else doing this part of it. As an independent artist, I did this part of the process myself. And so I am more than happy to share the process with other people. And if you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. All right, so you want to put in your artist name, your label name. Again, they said if you don't have a label, create one right now. If you have an LLC, maybe you want to put your label under that. Sawari Media was already an established entity that was putting out media prior to me doing the album, which is why I used that. But, you know, don't put NA. Come up with something. The name of your album and the genre. The genre that I did was R&B soul. Neo soul is my genre, but they have a very limited, you know, amount. But as you can see, you can put read audiobooks in here, but spoken word too. So you should put artwork with your project. It could be the album cover. It could be a picture of your face, if you're comfortable with that. So you could choose a file there. And then whatever your track list is, you can have up to 28 songs. I had 12, so I will put that in here. And then here's where you upload your music. I uploaded WAV files, but that's each file, each track. I'm actually gonna bring it down to 3 songs because I'm not trying to scroll that much. Track 1, 2, and 3. All right, so this is the kicker. This is the piece that I want people to pay attention to because I overlooked this piece. I want to zoom in because I overlooked this piece when I was doing my order. And yes, I paid for my order and did my order myself. I did not do the email blast. So this is thinking about your reach, how far you want your product to go and who you want to have access to it. So let's say you have a family member that's incarcerated and you want them to be able to hear your music and you know that they are in a men's facility in Michigan. Then you might only be interested in doing the county jail kiosks because if you know that they're in a county jail in Michigan, then there you go. You want to ask them if they use JPay, Securus. The person on the inside will know what software company is over their online access, what their kiosk is managed by is. And so you make sure that you pick out of those JPay, Securus, Corey links. And then if it's a woman in prison, it looks like women have their own. So when I was doing it, all I did was I looked at the prices. And for me, it looked like the prices were going up. And so I delivered it here. And this was the largest number. So I was thinking it leveled up and then everything before it was included, right? So that's the only one I picked. Wrong. I had to email the company and ask, yo, I need to fix this. And they made it really easy to fix so that I could expand my distribution audience. But if you want county jails included, then you have to click them. If you want the Securus kiosks included, you have to click them too. And if you want the women's prisons, you have to click them in addition to all the federal prisons. So the more arrows you click, the wider your reach. You can't just click the last one and think that that covers everything. So yes, that increases the cost. Each branch makes it cost a little bit more. But if you're thinking about distribution, and you want it to have the widest reach, then the final piece is automatically distribute to new persons. So I did click that. But as new facilities sign on with Indulta's distribution, then you'll be in that pool as soon as the kiosks are available to folks. As you go on, if you're interested in being featured in their magazine, they have 1-page ads, 2-page ads, cover feature, or no magazine feature. I actually didn't pick a feature because, again, I have my own audience and I have my own print media that I use to communicate with that audience. But this is great. Like, if you don't have that, and most people don't, I've been doing this advocacy work 5+ years. And so that's why I've been able to build an audience already. So then they have some legal mandatories at the bottom. You have to have the authorities to distribute this music. It has to be your shit. And then you have to agree to the terms of distributing with them. And then you can click next. Now, when you go to the next page, look, I ain't upload no files or nothing like that. I didn't do anything, you guys. Let me put some stuff together so that I can show you guys what the next page looks like, because I'm sure you're curious. Now it's time to actually, let me review your selections, see what coverage you have. I have the single upload. I'm going to upload it myself. And the other option is to just upload it from, like, if you have a Spotify account with your music on it, it will link to that and just upload it for you that way. Yeah, save me time. So we can import your album from Spotify using our API. That's an extra $10. Okay. I like to upload it myself. I actually uploaded some bonus tracks. So I didn't even just have 12 tracks. If you guys see on my album has 12 tracks, folks on the inside got at least 15 tracks because I added some acoustic versions of my songs, and then I had the fully produced versions as well. So that was a special little thing that they got. I definitely did the fastest delivery, but because I wanted it to align with my release date for the outside audience. But if you've already released this music, years ago, then maybe you wouldn't mind waiting the full period, 60 days. I think maybe you want fastest delivery. It's all up to you. So this is the last step, putting in your details. And if you have a coupon, this is the total. So this was the total for me to have the widest distribution, for me to continue to have uploads as new facilities sign on to their distribution. This was for me to do a single instead of a full album. So if you have a full album, it might be a teeny bit more. But I suggest it. It's a better deal when you're doing, 28 songs versus one song. And this was not for being featured in the magazine at all, so that wasn't included. And if you guys would like to support my album or hear the album, you can definitely do that. It's not going to have the bonus tracks, sadly, but you get all of the 12 full tracks, and you can even buy a CD for me because I personally am a 90s baby. So CDs are just that nostalgia. Like, it doesn't feel real if I can't hold it in my hands, right? And you'll get a signed copy too if you order, and just let me know that you watched this video, okay? So I'm looking forward to seeing your comments, any tips that you guys might have as it relates to using this platform. Have you used this platform? Have you been curious about distributing your music or otherwise audio projects on the outside? Again, my name is Amani Sawari. So definitely look into Indulta if you haven't already. And I hope this video was helpful. And as I get more letters and feedback from folks, I will definitely be capturing them and can do a part 2 of this if there are any questions that come up. I am your girl, Amani Sawari. And if you want to check out my album, you can find it on Spotify, Amani Finding Fuel. And really, I'm just trying to fuel doing this work more, okay? So if you want to support it, definitely do.